I'm about to send a note off to Anne. Have you got anything to say to her? What do you see out there, Dad?
Just our owl.
Just our owl. So I was able to see the doctor, and the doctor is going to attempt to remove the catheter, or I guess the nurses will, and give that a try. There's methods they can use to help him if he's unable to go. So that was a good thing. Then when the nurse came in, Laura is her name today, very nice, and I asked her about a shower, and she was just ready to do it then and there. This was about 9:30. I'm kind of talking to Anne here, Dad, and but then she remembered that he's on isolation, and in order to give him a shower, it's a big production, because believe it or not, there's no shower in his room. It's tiled. There's a thing on the wall that looks like it could have a shower on it. There's no drain on the floor, there's no taps on the wall, and there's no shower head. So it gives the feeling of being a shower, but it isn't. Anyway, it sounds like he will be able to get a shower if and when, once he gets off this contact precaution, which is just because of loose stool. And but we got him all cleaned up and gave him his pills. He was eating his breakfast when I got there and making a bit of a mess, but we finished it off, and I gave him some of my yogurt and wheat germ, and he seemed to feel that was good. Enjoyed the Tim Hortons coffee that we split. Of course, I poured his before I had drank any of mine and gave him a separate cup. And then I was allowed to take him out of the room, so we went around in circles there. Oh. And then Physio was ready to see him, Neil and Lindsay. And he stood up and he sat down, just similar to what you saw him do yesterday, I guess. And then then he was ready to take off, and when he got out in the hall, he wanted to dispose of the walker altogether. And Lindsay said, "We're going to have to get you a faster walker." I guess one with wheels. The one that he has now just has these treads, and he was really ready to get going. But he does hunch over, and it's very important that he stand up straighter and get that back, and that tends to happen. And she could see by the picture of him on the wall that he has a bit of, and for lack of a better word, I would probably call it hunchback. But anyway, that picture of him having that drink at your place on the deck this summer in July, she could see that he, had something with his shoulders anyway. So yeah, she told me about the dangling him and getting him to reach for things. So we're going to have to really start coming in with two capable people if possible, and working on some of those exercises with him. And I talked to both the doctor and the physio about wanting to have him home on weekends for a few hours at a time, and they agreed that seemed reasonable. The Blue Line taxi is the way to go. Apparently Handy Transit doesn't even pick anybody up at the hospital. It only picks them up at their home. So, but that's okay. And the nurse gave me a bit of a lesson in cleaning him up. So anyway, I guess I'm starting to ramble, but that's about all I have to report. Say goodbye to Anne, Dad.
No one is above the law. That's the headlines in Toronto paper.
No one is above the law. Yeah, that Rob Ford. He's got to smarten up.